Hello, this is Tom from Graphileon, and today I will be talking about the next step of the integration of the IFCViewer in Graphileon. And during this step we added a context menu to the IFCViewer, and we also added a more advanced tree grid to the setup. We will be doing more videos in the near future, so if you want to stay updated, please subscribe using the button at the bottom right. Now, for those who are not familiar with graphs, a graph is a set of nodes which are connected through relationships. And a graph can represent a lot of things. For instance, a social network where the nodes represent persons and the relationships represent friendships. It could be a set of cities where the connection represents roads, or it could be a set of bank accounts which are connected through transactions. In today's video, we will see more examples of graphs. Now, with regard to the core functionality of Graphileon, which is a low-code, browser-based platform that adds a lot of value when you work with graph databases. First of all, you can manage data, so edit nodes and relationships. When you query the database, you can visualize the results in charts, grids, maps in different formats. You can also build applications, which means in our case connecting functions through triggers, and also store that application logic as a graph. And we can do that on top of a couple of the biggest graph databases out there. In the domain of building information modeling and IFC, there are a number of very graphy use cases. So let's rely on data that can be stored easily and very effectively in a graph, like structured building information, so how the different elements are connected to each other, the IFC schema itself, so which has a hierarchy of entities and attributes, is also a graph. Of course, when you store building topology, it would allow you to easily find a path inside the building for instance, evacuation. And also you can store information about sensors that are linked to building elements. So then you really go into the domain of Internet of Things. In today's video, I will present functionality that relies heavily on these three great libraries. First of all, IFCGS, which we are currently integrating, but we already had integrations with AG Grid, it's our preferred grid component, and Y-Files, which is a great component when it comes to network visualization. Now let's get our hands dirty. I'm running Graphileon inside of Chrome. I'm using our next version that is currently, we are currently testing with the integration of the IFCViewer. I'm working on the IFCViewer dashboards. That is one of the many dashboards that I have configured in my instance of Graphileon. Graphileon is a multilingual platform including right to left languages. And here, as I said, the IFCViewer dashboard, with here in the middle the viewer that we built based on IFCGS. We have here a tree grid based on AG Grid, and we have here the attribute panel and a log view where I can see which events are triggered. I'm going to load this model, this IFC, which is about 50 megabyte, about 3,000 components. And when it displays here, I have my IFCViewer. I have mouse over events, which you can see here on the right are triggering events. When I click, my properties are updated in this part, and here I have the 3,000 components listed in a searchable tree grid. So for instance, if I would completely hide everything and then would say, okay, I want to see the stairs, I can just select them, and here I have my stairs. I can also, what we added in this iteration is a right-click event, so we can have multiple options here, context options, and if I hide them here, you will see that they also disappear here. And this is the current state that we are. Please feel free to comment or to provide feedback or to suggest other functionality that we can add to this viewer. Well, as you can expect, with the addition of this, for instance, this context menu, we also have updated our application flow, and the application flow in Graphileon is also stored as a graph. So we have here the dashboards with the layout, and then we have the IFCViewer that has click events and mouse over events sent to the log view, but it also now has a context menu, and when the context menu is used, it sends through this IO function updates to the viewer and also the hierarchy. So as you can see, the application is also a graph, and this is for us, it's really a very rapid way to build applications. And by the way, for the visualization of this kind of networks, we are relying on the WI files for HTML library. Well, that's it for today on our IFCViewer context menu and the advanced tree grid. I hope you liked it. Please feel free to visit it on www.graphileon.com, and thank you for watching.